I have been informed that my announcement has been deemed disrespectful.
Listen up, Dwayne, you bald fraud!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest of all time!
Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming hard.
I am a visionary! I am a revolutionary!
The never seen 17!
Look at you now, boy! Ah. Look at you now! 4 letters, 1 word.
Last real champion, John Cena!
What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of Rasslin with Ron and Mike with a Monday Night Raw edition, as Monday Night Raw has just concluded. And so we're here because we're going to give our thoughts on the show tonight.
Yes, Monday Night Raw, Midday Night Raw, as I like to call it sometimes, just took place at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. And we were just talking about this. Ryan was saying that he's kind of glad he didn't go. And I feel the same way.
Yeah, especially because it looked like a good show on paper. Like, I like what was advertised, but also just because it looks good on paper doesn't mean it's going to execute very well. And like I said, really the only good part of the show for me was the opening segment with Brock and Obo. That was really the only good thing I found about the show tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, as far as like the main events are concerned, really the biggest match on both nights that I'm really looking forward to is the Hell in a Cell match.
Oh yeah, I think you and me have both said it. We think that's been the best built story pretty much since WrestleMania.
It has been, yeah. And so, all that given forward today was the go home show. Like, at least, SmackDown is technically the go home show.
Yeah, well, the go home Raw, the go
home Raw,
and then you have the go home of SmackDown. And I will say, the last couple weeks, I think SmackDown has been better than Raw the last couple weeks.
That's interesting to say because,
and honestly, I think you can attest to this. I definitely think SmackDown has gotten a big boost with Punk being on the show now.
Yeah, definitely. I think that CM Punk just being the superstar that he is has brought a total whole nother level of just superstars and I guess just big names on that show, and it's really done it some favors. SmackDown still isn't a completely watchable show, but it's way better than what it used to be because
it's improved drastically the last couple weeks. Especially, I think it helped moving Finn to SmackDown because Finn's great. He's getting a push.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy's character right now is great. I love Sammy's character right now.
Right.
Crashing out. It's great.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there are certain stories and certain angles and character work that SmackDown is doing better. But overall, Raw has still been the better show. But I gotta give the edge to SmackDown at least over the last couple weeks.
Right. So let's talk about it. Oh, actually, before we talk about it, guys, you can find us on all of our social media platforms at Lace 'em Up Sports. Find us on Instagram, find us on X, find us on TikTok, find us on YouTube. If you're watching this, either you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching this on Spotify. If you're listening to this, you're either listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whichever one you may.
And one day, you guys will hear us on WWE Radio on Sirius XM.
WWE Radio. Today was the launch day of WWE Radio. I got to listen to it because I am a satellite XM satellite subscriber.
Sirius XM.
Yeah. I think overall, I think it's something that as a fan, it's really cool. Throughout the day, I was kind of like listening to back and forth. They were just talking about SummerSlam, like when I first turned it on. Then they played the podcast with Stephanie McMahon and Michael Cole. Then it went to Busted Open. And so a lot of programming that you're going to be listening to coming up.
And it's great because I know you working on the weekend, so you can always watch the PLE. So say if you're on the road, you'll actually be able to listen and tune in to SummerSlam live on WWE Radio.
But not just that, you can listen
to cool.
You can now listen because I went to the gym. I was listening to Monday Night Raw on my way to the gym. On my way back from the gym, I was listening to Monday Night Raw. So all the shows, PLEs, everything is going to be on the WWE Radio on Sirius XM.
When you were listening to it, like, could you actually hear like when the wrestlers were cutting promos, or was it just commentary over it?
It's literally the same audio from Netflix.
Oh, it just minus the video.
No, yeah, yeah. And so that in itself, it would be cool if they had a different broadcast team, because so originally, this isn't the first time that WWE has tried radio. Back in 1993, Vince McMahon hired Jim Ross to come from WCW to. Jim Ross was fired from WCW, and then Vince McMahon brought in Jim Ross in 1993 to start at WrestleMania. But
What a
Jim
move
Ross
that was.
was doing his own wrestling show in Atlanta. And that inspired Vince McMahon to create WWF Radio in 1993. And it didn't last very long at all. I think they covered the 94 Royal Rumble on radio, and it was only AM, I believe. They covered the 94 Royal Rumble up until maybe WrestleMania, but a short-lived WWF Radio with Gorilla Monsoon and Jim Ross covering the I think the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania of that year. Um, yeah. But all these years later, and when I was a kid, I always like in my head, I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if they had like WWE radio where you can like turn it on to some like FM or AM station and like listen to like Raw or SmackDown or the
And
pay-per-views?
now,
Well, I guess, technology has improved that in a way where you can now. So as a fan, it's pretty cool. You're gonna have basically 24-hour content. And
well,
one day, maybe WWE, you might see Wrestling with Ryan, and they might think, man, we need to have those guys as part of WWE Radio.
yeah. Yeah. Now it is exclusive to SiriusXM, but SiriusXM is very popular. I know a lot of people that have SiriusXM. You have it. My mom has it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Some controversy because it was, busted open radio, where they would talk openly about AEW before the WWE, has taken it over. Now that it's a WWE licensed radio station, no more AEW talk, So a lot of fans were kind of upset about that, telling what's his name, Dave LaGreca, that he sold
eh,
out.
eh. No one cares about that pissant company
Oh my
anyway.
gosh. The number two company. Yeah, yeah.
I
Nobody.
mean, they just had like their worst show of the year, from what I heard.
Oh my lord. Well,
No, no, seriously, everybody was saying that this was probably the worst AEW pay-per-view of the year.
we're not talking about that right now. We're hopefully SummerSlam is not a, set of bad shows coming up
It
this weekend.
Yeah, it's a solid card, and I think they actually made night one and night two pretty solid. I don't think one night is going to be better than the other because they both have solid matches
Do you want to
on the
you want
card.
to you want to do a little predictions of night 1 and night 2 right now?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
let's get into it,
So,
especially now that the card's finalized. So I feel like we can
yep.
properly give our predictions now.
So night 1, I believe this is according to ChatGPT, I think this is the official night 1 cards right here. So night 1 will
Let
have
me see if I can
Danhausen
hold it
versus
up.
Human Money's on a pole match. Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. How do
That
you see that one?
stipulation was just added today.
Yes.
And it's interesting because I don't remember the last on a pole match we had.
I don't think we've ever had one in WWE, to be honest. Maybe
Yes, we have, but it's been a while. I'm
I
pretty sure the last one we had was Alexa Bliss and Bailey in a kendo stick on a pole.
look at the on a pole concept is definitely a WCW staple from the Vince Russo era in WCW. And when you think about what was it, I think the worst one that they ever had was Judy Bagwell on a pole match. With Judy Bagwell is Buff Bagwell's mother, and so that Judy Bagwell on a pole. That's definitely the worst concept on a pole match that's ever been done in wrestling. But Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Who do you think wins that one?
I mean, it's Danhausen. Just everybody loves Danhausen. Dominic's cursed, and based off how the second was, which was like I love Danhausen, but I will say this segment was a miss. The Joe Hendry and Danhausen concert.
Right.
It was really weird. It didn't really hit, and then Dom and JD stood tall at the end, which 99% of the time, whoever stands tall before a match loses. It's very rare when they don't.
hmm
So I think it is going to be Danhausen, but yeah, no, the downfall of Dirty Dom needs to be studied because he went from wrestling John Cena in his very last PLE to now jobbing out to Danhausen.
Right, right.
So
So this is why you can't trust Chat
yeah.
GPT here
Okay, I have the official card right here on the
because
E.
Chat GPT is telling me that Penta is wrestling AJ Styles.
Oh no, yeah, no, I have the card right here on the ESPN app.
Okay, okay. We can read off. But I know is Penta versus Chad Gable on night one.
It's night two,
Okay, so
and
completely.
Dominic and
Okay,
Danhausen is night
we'll
two.
discard Chat GPT
Yeah,
there.
Dominic and Danhausen is night two as well.
Ah, okay. Well, forget what
So,
I just said.
so night one we have. I think they revealed the order. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they revealed the order. So it looks like at least on night one we have the six-woman tag match with the Bella Twins and Paige versus Fatal Influence, which was
Mhm.
just announced this past Friday on SmackDown because Nikki Bella returned from a ankle injury. Um, this match I think is a toss up because I feel like something's gonna happen. I feel like a turn is gonna happen here.
Mhm. You
And
think so?
I think if
Oh,
a turn happens, it's gonna be the Bellas turning
on page?
on Page. But at the same time, I feel like they might not just because you can say what you want about them as wrestlers, but you can't deny that the Bellas are still pretty popular amongst the women, especially amongst like kids.
Right.
So there's no denying that. Um, so I'm gonna go with the baby faces here,
Mm-hmm.
just because we haven't seen the Bella twins like together properly since you know up to really this year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they don't want to have them lose.
Sure. Yeah.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if Fatal Influence wins, just because I do feel like they need to push up and coming stars, and I think Fatal Influence is a great faction. I think all three women in Fatal Influence are great wrestlers, and I think they're going to be big for
Yeah.
the future of the company in women's wrestling. But I'm going to give the edge to the baby faces here,
Okay.
just because I feel like in the other six tag match we're gonna have. Well, we'll get into that in a second, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I think Fatal Influence, look, WWE needs to do a better job at pushing the younger talent over the more established
yeah,
talent.
and
And
like
that's
and like
why
look.
and look at that's why the Bella Twins are there to get over the younger talent. So it would be a mistake to have Fatal Influence lose. And I think you're on something here. If the Bella Twins turn on Page, then that's an automatic win for Fatal Influence.
Yeah, and then another thing too, I want to look when you're talking about pushing young stars, and then all of a sudden, it's like a sudden halt to their push. Look at JC Jane. She had a great match. She went toe to toe with Rhea Ripley,
Hmm.
and now look where she's at. It's like, how do you go from that to pretty much where she's at now?
Right.
JC Jane, she's going to be a star.
Hmm.
Like she's talented on the mic and in the ring.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, you're going with the Bella Twins and Page. I'm going with Fatal Influence.
Yeah, but like I said, I am going with that. But I would not be surprised if Fatal Influence does go over.
Right.
So like I said, this one's like a 50-50. But if you're making me pick, I'm gonna give the edge to the baby faces, just because I feel like they don't want the Bellas and Paige to lose.
Right.
Um,
Six-man tag team match: LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Royce Keys versus Jacob Fatu and the Usos.
I think we're both gonna say the same thing here. It's the bloodlines going over.
Definitely.
And I think because something is going to happen in this match.
Yeah. Either
Whether
somebody
it's
debuts.
somebody turns or we get
Yeah.
a debut.
Yeah. Right. So either Solo Sikoa joins the Bloodline again, and then you just have basically all the Samoans in the Bloodline, or you add another member to the Bloodline. Either way, the Bloodline is getting another addition, I believe, on Saturday.
Yeah, and could it be Zilla Fatu?
Good, definitely. Good.
I,
I think
I
he's.
I feel like right now that's probably the name that makes the most sense,
Yeah.
just because everybody's been talking about it, and I'm
Yeah.
sure there are other members of the bloodline. But in terms of names, it's like that's the name that's going around. That's the name people know.
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
think I think yes, it would be a shock, but I think it would also get a great reaction from the crowd.
Right. Right.
It's definitely going to be it's going to be a pop.
Also, too, this is look, this is Royce Keys. Royce Keys, I don't know if this is his debut PLE. I mean, he
It's
was in the
yes,
Royal
it is.
Rumble.
It is. Yeah.
So yeah,
Besides the Rumble, yeah.
yeah. And so look, this is his coming out party here. And so I know he's gonna have, gonna want to show the audience exactly what he can do. But I don't see it going their way. And also like, again, look, the sun comes out, the sky is blue, and LA Knight loses to the Bloodline.
And yeah, of course, that's like the death, taxes, and LA Knight job into the bloodline.
Exactly, exactly.
Because that man's been stuck in the bloodline vortex for what, like 4 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
um.
exactly.
Plus, they stood tall on Raw tonight, and like I said earlier, 99% of the time, whoever stands tall before a match loses. It's very rare when they don't.
Hmm.
But just based off the story, like, come on, are the Bloodline really going to lose to three men that have never teamed before?
No, no, no,
Really?
no, exactly. Especially because look, you have Roman going into. Well, we're not going to talk about that right now, but like you want to keep the Bloodline and Roman looking as strong as possible right now, and so
Yeah,
at least that's what WWE wants.
yeah.
But going forward now,
And then also on night one, we have Gunther versus Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, who will be making his WWE in-ring debut and will be having his first wrestling match since 2023.
right. So this is Nick Aldis's WWE in-ring debut, and so this guy's gonna want to have a great match. And Gunther is the perfect opponent for him. And people are kind of down on this. They're like, "Oh, last year Gunther, he was in the main event, and he was the one that ended AJ Styles' career, John Cena's career, Bill Goldberg,
Still not over. Still not over him, and because you know me, it's forever hate Gunther now. So
forever." But he was on top of the world. And now people are kind of down on him wrestling Nick Aldis. I don't think this is a step back. This
especially
is
because
an opponent for Nick Aldis. Sorry, this is the opponent for Nick Aldis to keep him safe, to have a good to great wrestling match with, and like both these guys want to make Nick Aldis look good. So,
and
yeah,
and and most people might not realize that Nick Aldis is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
yeah. So a formidable wrestler, definitely.
Yeah, and no, I know, I talk a lot of smack about Gunther, but like you said, there is probably no safer wrestler to work with than Gunther
Right. Even though
right
he's
now.
gonna chop the shit out of him.
Yes, yes, and it'll be very interesting to see how Nick Aldis fares in his debut. Um, I will say those two had a pretty good swing on SmackDown, and I will say this, for Nick Aldis having not been in the ring for a while, Nick Aldis he's a good promo.
Yeah.
He's a good promo. I like the promo he said. I don't know if you heard it, but he told Gunther, he's like, "You're gonna go from the guy who retired John Cena, from the guy who got made a bitch by his boss."
Right. Right.
That line. Oh, I loved that line.
This company loves to throw out the word
Oh
bitch,
yeah, yes, that's their go-to curse.
especially tonight.
It's their yeah tonight. But also, I will say Oba and Femi, they both showed the double birds, and they showed it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of
And
course,
so
they re-angled the camera, but the fact that hey, they showed it, and I like that even the small glimpses. That I love that you have that little bit of like attitude era, like a little sprinkle of the attitude era in there.
right. And so who do you think wins this match?
I Okay, as much as I hate Gunther, it would completely derail his momentum if he loses to Nick Aldis.
100%,
I,
1000%.
I so I am giving the win to
Yeah.
Gunther, but do not be surprised if Nick Aldis gets the win just because it's in his in-ring debut. But at the same time, it's like not everybody has to win their in-ring debut.
1000% Gunther wins this match,
And
but
I'm sure Nick Aldis has no issue putting Gunther over. I'm sure he doesn't care.
right, exactly.
Nick Aldis is probably like, hey, I'll wrestle when you need me to, but he's like, in this case, I'm not a full-time wrestler. Gunther is.
Right. Well, this could be the pathway to Nick Aldis becoming a full-time
Yeah,
wrestler.
and it's interesting because they said he is temporarily relieved from his duties, but then after the match, he's GM again.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
so
reminds me of in 2002 Ric Flair was the co-owner of the WWF, and he had a program with the Undertaker. The Undertaker was like basically harassing the shit out of him and coerced him to a match at WrestleMania, and so they temporarily relieved him as co-owner of WWF to have that match at WrestleMania, and then he was back to being co-owner the next day. And so,
Yeah. This makes me. This also thinks this paves the way for Nick Aldis becoming more of a like a an in ring participant, but like
yeah,
when necessary.
yeah,
But I like that they're not completely just being like, oh, you're not GM anymore. Like, 'cause
right,
no, I think Nick Aldis is a great GM. I think he's great in his role.
right,
So I like that they're just not completely be like, oh, you're not GM anymore. It's just like, well, since you want to have a match, we have to relieve you of your duties so you don't try to pull any shenanigans and abuse your power. But then
right,
after your match, you're back to being GM. So I like that they're not just completely like throwing it out the window.
right. Um,
But yes,
yeah.
Gunther is my pick.
Let's talk about the Hell in a Cell after EO versus Liv.
Yeah, so I'm going with EO just because I've stated it multiple times before on the podcast. EO is the best women's wrestler on the roster and in the world.
Yep.
And she's she got done dirty in her last reign as world champ. She was like
Yeah.
barely on TV, and like if she
Yeah.
was, it was mostly like brawl. She barely had any matches. She barely
Right.
wrestled. She didn't really have any feuds. Um, outside of Rhea Ripley, I will say her last match as champion at Evolution was an absolute classic. That's an all-time classic.
Right.
But I think Io goes over, especially because Liv has been champion for over 100 days and is just now having her first title defense.
Which is why is that? Like,
Yeah, and I'm not blaming Liv on this. It's the booking, it's creative because it's also the same. I know Rhea's hurt right now, but at least Rhea had a couple defenses under her belt. But
right.
at the same time, it's just like what happened to the whole championships must be defended every 30 days.
Bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
And another thing I want to say too, with the whole Rhea Ripley situation, I understand why they want to take the belt off of her, but why are we doing this interim stuff?
Right.
Naomi
Exactly.
literally got injured, had to relinquish the title, and then she literally won it back a month later at WrestleMania.
Right.
She was gone for like a little over a month, and then she won it back. Why do you make her strip it, but you're not making Rhea strip it? I get it. Rhea's a
Right.
big name. She's like the face of the women's division.
Right.
But at the same time, they're like, "Oh, we're still gonna have you be the real champion. You take all the time you need to heal. Just take the title off of her. It's not gonna hurt her.
No.
It's
Not at
not gonna
all.
hurt her.
No.
Plus, it's
Exactly.
a slap in the face to the interim champ because there's a good chance they're just gonna lose to Rhea.
Right. Exactly. Interim championships do not make any sense, and I know UFC does it, and they do it all the time in AEW.
And the question is the interim championship is it gonna count as a world title reign or not?
I don't think it does. I don't think it
Yeah,
does.
I looked it up and they says it doesn't count. I looked up, they're like, yeah, that was the case in NXT too. They're like, I think it said um Santos Escobar wasn't the official champion. He was just the placeholder. But then he ended up winning it in the undisputed title match. But it's like, yeah, if that's it doesn't even count as like a real world title reign and now I'm hearing it's Charlotte or Jade. I was like, so Charlotte wins it, but it's not number 15 for her.
Right.
It's basically championship 14.5.
Right. Well, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I think, look at Io Sky, like you had mentioned, is the best wrestler, sorry, the best women's wrestler in WWE. They screwed her out of the match at WrestleMania, which is, I mean, that's a sin in
Damn shame.
itself.
That's a damn shame.
So I think they make it up to her. I think Io Sky gets the
Yeah.
win. Also, too, I think this is the implosion of the women in the Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Yeah, especially going back to Io too. She went from having probably the best match on the entire WrestleMania card last year in Vegas, and then didn't even have a match on the card this year.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I'm with you, and especially now with Raquel winning the IC title tonight.
Hmm.
This is where I think Roxanne is
Right.
either turns or
Right.
they turn on her because I think Roxanne gets the babyface run and we
Yeah.
get Roxanne dethroning Raquel for the Intercontinental
And
Championship.
Roxanne has, look at, she used the Judgment Day as a platform, and it's really helped her. And I think she can go out on her own and really just be herself and carry like that baby face that I think she could
Yeah.
really thrive in that
I mean,
situation.
some of her best work on NXT was when she was a babyface.
Right. Right.
So it's nice. It's nice to see that she can play both the face and the heel very well. But I think it's time for Roxanne to be on her own and have a run because she is a phenomenal in ring performer.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely.
great.
Yeah,
She's definitely the future of the women's division. And so
absolutely.
yeah, I'm with you there. I think Io wins here. The implosion of the Judgment Day and possibly a Stephanie Vaquer return.
Possibly, yeah. Then you got the Hell in a Cell match, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. This is Femi versus Lesnar part 3.
As
This is
Big E likes to say, two big meaty men slapping
slapping
meat.
meat. Inside Hell in a Cell. This is the finale. This is the blow off, and this is what Hell in a Cell is meant for. The blow
Bell, yes, not the whole when we got a whole gimmicky pay per view where
right,
it felt like every other match was Hell in a Cell. No, it's like you said, and this is also the first Hell in a Cell match since Punk and Drew in
right,
2024.
right. Exactly. And so, this is a big standout match for Oba Femi. This is possibly, and now it has not been talked about, but this is possibly Brock Lesnar's final match in WWE.
It's in
Um,
front of his whole, it's in front of his hometown.
in front of his hometown. And look, we seen him retire at WrestleMania. He had the boots in the ring. He did everything. He stripped down, as somebody does when they retire.
He pulled
And
an
then he came
Undertaker.
back. He came back 3 weeks later. And so, you look at, we don't know. We can't trust that he's fully going to retire after this. If I was a betting man, which I sometimes I am, I would say that he's not retired. I think
I,
wherever money is to be made, Brock Lesnar will be there. And Brock Lesnar, look at I can't see that. Look at it might be his final match, but if I'm gonna bet, I don't think it is. But Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar inside Hell in the Cell. Oba Femi has to get the
yeah,
victory.
we both agree there. This is Oba. It's Oba Femi for sure. I I wouldn't say this is make or break for Oba because I think he's already a made man.
Hmm.
I think that's what his win against Brock at WrestleMania did. I think that was his make or break moment.
Hmm.
And I think now Oba's a made man. And it's only a matter of time before he gets the World Heavyweight Championship. Because
Right.
I'm pretty sure the end goal of all of this is for Oba to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. Though the only question is, do they hold off till WrestleMania next year, or do they? Well, basically, they have a number one contenders match for the WWE title. We'll get to that in a second. But do they make Oba Femi the number one contender coming out of the Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, and it's one of those things too, especially because and it's dumb because they just confirmed it that Oba relinquished his title shot because Brock was going to interfere. So now it's like, well, then what was the whole point of King in the Ring if he just
Right.
gives up his title
Yeah. I
shot?
mean, it lessens King of the Ring. It makes it seem like it's worthless if they're
Yeah,
going to do that.
especially
So,
because at first he said, "No, that title shot will be there. It's just on hold. I'm not cashing it in at SummerSlam. It's on hold. I'll do it when I want to." And
right.
then it went to, "Oh yeah, I relinquished it because I know I was going to get screwed over anyway."
Right.
So
Um,
so it's just like, what was the whole point of him winning King of the Ring then?
there is no point really if they're going to go off that logic. But we all know that Oba Femi is going to get a title match
Yeah,
sooner rather than later.
it just depends. It's like you said, it just depends. Are they going to hold it off until WrestleMania, or are they going to pull the trigger sooner?
Right. Exactly. And I think honestly they could it wouldn't I would not be surprised if they were to come out the night after SummerSlam and announce that Oba Femi is challenging for the world title the next pay-per-view. And so
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow hold off, or maybe I would not be surprised if he even has his moment at Survivor Series because remember, Survivor Series is one of the big four.
sure. Yeah,
It's not as big as WrestleMania and SummerSlam, but it's still a very big show compared to the other PLEs.
right. Absolutely.
So I would not be surprised either if Survivor Series is where Oba gets his crowning moment.
So you think Oba wins this match?
Oh, he should.
Yeah.
It'd be stupid if he did. I guarantee Brock himself is like, do not put me over.
Right.
I guarantee Brock is probably like, no, Oba's going over. He's
Right.
definitely going over.
Yep. All right. And so the main event for night one of SummerSlam is WWE champion CM Punk defending against former champion Cody Rhodes. What do you think?
Yes.
How do you think that match shakes up?
I think one thing I know that these two are good. These two are going to put on a show. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great main event. No doubt about it.
Mhm.
These are you have literally CM Punk is literally the best in the world, and he's put on some bangers since he's been back in WWE. Old man Punk is Unk is still putting on a banger.
Right.
And then you have Cody, who I know I've been talking a lot of smack about Cody, rightfully so. But also Cody also steps up big when he's put in that position. So I have no doubt these two are going to put on a great
Now
match.
look, Cody had a stinker of a match with Randy Orton night one of WrestleMania, and I mean it wasn't like necessarily a bad like
It wasn't it
horrendous
wasn't the
match,
worst match, but it wasn't the best match.
but they're gonna want to make up at least see Punk and Cody. Cody's gonna want to make up for what
Yeah,
happened
like
night one of
like
WrestleMania.
like look like for example, look at last year, Punk and Cena. I will admit, while I love Cena 117, that match was terrible.
Yeah,
That match sucked. And then look at SummerSlam. They literally had a 5-star match at SummerSlam.
right. Exactly.
And so that just goes to show you, Cody and Cena were like, we gave everybody a bad match at WrestleMania. We can do better than that. They know we can do better than that. And I also said, I think that the stipulation they had of a street fight helped.
Right.
Because literally, the match they had at SummerSlam was a complete 180 from their match at WrestleMania.
Right.
So
Definitely.
that's why I'm saying Cody's not going to want to have two bad matches in a row, at least in terms of like he's not going to want to have back-to-back stinkers on their two biggest shows of the year.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
going Punk. I think Punk retains here because I think Cody needs to be away from the title picture for a while.
I can't. I don't know. It's hard for me to make a prediction. I think Punk does retain because also you don't want to play hot potato with the title. Look at Cody lost it to Sammy. Sammy lost it to Punk. You're gonna play hot potato by Punk losing it to Cody. I mean, all within a month and a half.
I mean, you kind of had it. You had it happen earlier this year. Cody lost to Drew. Drew lost it to Cody.
Yeah. So you don't want to play hot potato too much with it. I think Punk retains in some way or fashion. Now look at the big question everybody is asking: does Cody go heel?
And some are even asking, does Punk go heel? I don't think Punk does. Punk's too over.
Yeah.
Like look what happened when Cena turned heel. The crowd turned on Cody. Look what happened when Randy turned heel. The crowd turned on Cody.
Right.
It would be the same thing with Punk. Yes, the whole point of turning Cena and Randy heel was to give sympathy for Cody Rhodes. It didn't work.
Right.
It failed miserably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's been clamoring for a heel turn. And I get people like, oh, they can't turn him heel. He's a new Cena.
Hmm. I don't know.
That's first of all, that's a load of crap. Yes, I will say yes. He's like the next big babyface like John Cena. That like I'm not saying that's crap, but in terms of like, oh, you can't turn it. That doesn't matter. Heels can sell merch.
Right. Right. And
Heels can make a money.
but it would be interesting because Cody does need a facelift in terms of the character because the character is getting kind of stale.
Yeah, and I'm not like okay. I'm not saying like oh Cody needs to be a heel for the rest of his career. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Cody be a heel for like a year and then they turn him babyface again. I'm fine if that happens,
Yeah.
but I think he needs a heel turn because and it's not just me and you saying it. We've literally seen it on TV. Crowds are turning on Cody. They're booing him, and he's starting to embrace it now. He's been acting more of a heel lately. He,
Yeah,
he
yes.
literally said on Unreal. He literally said, "Oh no, I was the heel in my match against Randy at WrestleMania." He's like based off the crowd. He's like, no, I was the heel.
He was definitely acting very heelish in certainly different ways. Yeah, I mean, look, with Cody, his character has been evolving a little bit towards more of a heel, but let's see if WWE has the balls to go full throttle with it.
And
in
and,
some,
and what is one thing you and me have both been saying about creative over the last year?
that it
They're
sucks.
too scared to take risks.
Oh yeah,
They don't want to take risks.
oh, definitely. They're way too afraid.
And everyone's like, oh, they did. I was like, no, it made sense why they never turned John Cena because
Yeah,
literally John Cena was on like a whole nother level, and there literally was nobody else that could take his
right.
spot. Literally.
Exactly.
Where now it's like Are there wrestlers that are on the level of Cody? No, but I think there are capable wrestlers that can temporarily be like the guy.
Right. Yeah, so altogether I think CM Punk retains.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be a screwy finish, and it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be a heel turn in this match,
Exactly.
whether it's coming from Punk or Cody.
All right, so night 2 of SummerSlam coming up. We already talked about the Moneyhausens and all that, so we don't need to get
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah. Well,
Undis-
who are you picking for that match, bro? I said Danhausen. I don't think you said who you're picking.
hopefully not Drew, Dominic,
Oh,
Dominic Mysterio. Because damn, if he loses to Danhausen, that's you don't.
like I said, his fall off needs to
Yeah,
be studied.
exactly.
Unless unless he gets set up for, because like I said, I've said it before. As much I don't like Dom, I think he's the perfect pick for Money in the Bank.
Also, too, he's going to be in a program with
El Grande
Grande Americano. Yeah, so
because
you can't. Yeah,
because he just turned. Speaking of AAA, Dom turned on El Grande. And it was revealed he's now with the whatever their group name is.
right,
I think it's only a matter of time before he's the leader.
right.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's also why too. I think the Judgment Day is imploding because they're not really a thing anymore.
No, Dominic is literally a side character in the Judgment Day now. Where in
Exactly.
AAA, he is literally the main character. He is literally the center of that group.
Right. All right. So undisputed WWE Championship #1 contenders match:
Ooh. Now
Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn.
this, I will say this. This has potential to be the show of the entire weekend.
Yes.
Or to be not show. Did I say show? I meant to say match.
Yeah. The
I meant
match
to
is
say match.
exactly.
Yeah,
Match-
do not be surprised if this ends up like stealing the entire weekend.
Look, both guys that are getting pushes to which we've never seen, except Finn Balor. Also, keep in mind it is 10 years to not to the day, but 10 years to the SummerSlam 2016. Finn Balor, his only time winning a world championship in WWE is when he won the Universal Championship, the inaugural Universal
And he
Championship.
mentioned that on SmackDown this past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned it. He's like, it's been 10 years. And seeing the push he has right now is very reminiscent of the push he got in 2016.
Yeah, absolutely.
He earned the right. Like, look, 10 years ago when Finn Balor was new to the main roster, he beat Roman Reigns clean.
In his first night on Raw.
Yes.
And nobody did that back then.
He beat Roman Reigns.
Right. Yep.
Which, like I said, Roman was basically like Cena then. It's like you didn't beat just anybody. You beat freaking Roman Reigns.
Right.
Clean on your first night.
Right.
And so I think Finn's finally getting a well-deserved push. I think this move to SmackDown has helped him tremendously.
It's the push that we never thought would happen again.
Yeah, it got him away, and it also got him away from Judgment Day.
Exactly. And so I think Sami Zayn is also, he was champion less than a month ago. He was
9 days.
champion.
He was champion for 9 days.
But,
honestly, you can't go wrong with either man winning because they both deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm giving the edge to Finn here.
I am too. I think it also because Sami Zayn, if he loses, it kind of goes into the storyline.
It helps his character. It's gonna help
crashing out even more.
Yeah.
And so
it's definitely gonna help develop his character. And so I am giving the edge to Finn here just because I think they're finally giving him a push, and I think it would be odd if they all of a sudden he gets his push just to lose.
Right, exactly.
I'm not saying he's going to win the WWE title. But,
that's what I was going to say. Unfortunately,
we already know what he can do with Punk. He put on 2 bangers with Punk.
But here's an interesting thing that I was thinking about right now. If Cody, wins and he goes heel, you have a babyface Finn Balor as his first challenger,
which would increase the odds of Finn winning because look, back then Seth was the heel and Finn was the babyface, and Finn was super over with the crowd.
I don't think he's winning at all, but
all these years later, even all these years later, Finn is still hell over with the crowd. The crowd loves him. And you know me, I've always praised Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor is a very underrated talent. I think he's a top 5 wrestler on the roster.
Yeah.
And this man is 45 years old and he's moving like he's in his 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, and he looks fantastic.
He looks honestly, I think he might be in the best shape he's ever been in.
Yeah. He looks like he's 26 out there.
Yeah, he does. And this Finn Balor looks very much like the 2016 Finn Balor. Like looks in everything.
Exactly.
Looks and presentation is literally 2016
Right.
Finn Balor.
Exactly. So yeah, moving on. You have the United States Championship match, Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. The returning Baron Corbin.
Yeah, and this is the hard part, like because we've seen it in recent memory, and I'm not just saying because Baron Corbin, 'cause we can test this because literally history shows it. Whenever there's a returning star and they get put into a championship feud, they usually almost always go over
Yeah.
because they want to build them up, almost always.
Right.
But in this case, I wouldn't be surprised if Trick wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like he retains by DQ or something like that.
Something like that. Also, you got to keep in mind Carmelo Hayes. Where's Carmelo Hayes been? Does he get involved in this match?
And apparently, I just read somewhere that they don't have Carmelo Hayes as a priority,
Wow.
which is a damn shame because that dude's a great wrestler.
Right. Absolutely.
And he got over with the crowd. And I've been saying this. I was like, oh, he's not being seen because he got over organically. And the WWE hates when you get over organically. They hate it. Look at LA Knight.
Yeah, they do. They
They do.
typically
they
do
not
not
like
like
when you get over on your own.
Right. And so,
It only works if you're Austin, Rocker, or Cena.
now look, if Baron Corbin loses cleanly in this match, then it's like, well, things are coming back at Baron Corbin. Nothing has really changed. If he wins, then it's like, okay, they're kind of making Baron Corbin a big deal a little bit. If it's like a fuck finish where nobody wins and DQs, that I could see that kind of prolonging this, adding in Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
My prediction is that Baron Corbin wins.
I'm gonna give it to Trick just because I think he's over.
Yeah.
But if it is Baron, I wouldn't be surprised if they do push Trick Williams into like the main event WWE title scene.
Now, look, I know this company, and it's a very stupid reason. I could see why they would have Trick Williams win. You know why? It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Is that stupid furry belt?
Oh my gosh, yeah, and it's selling. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's because it's selling right now.
So literally, the only reason why I think they would have Trick Williams retain the title.
It's just because he has fur on his belt.
Yes, exactly. Which is, gosh, my God, whatever.
What happened to the WWE we loved, man?
Oh, look, we've had Daniel Bryan bring out a hemp WWE championship, so we can't really complain too much.
The eco
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All I'm saying is no WWE championship design has looked better since the spinner.
anyways, all right. Men's Intercontinental Championship, Penta versus Chad Gable.
I think, come on, after all he's done, I think Chad Gable finally gets his moment in his hometown.
Yeah.
Chad Gable finally wins his first singles title. He wins the Intercontinental Championship. It was no doubt going to be an amazing match between him and Penta because those two are some of the best wrestlers on the roster and in the world.
Right.
Especially Chad Gable literally just had the match of his entire life like 2 months ago.
Right. Exactly. And so 100%, look at Penta. I love Penta, but they got to give Chad Gable the win here.
And also, a loss ain't going to hurt Penta because I could see him getting inserted into like the world title picture after this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets, because in my opinion, I know I said Dom for Money in the Bank. Penta's my dark horse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule out Penta winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I look at Penta. He's on the rise here. We could have met him actually yesterday if I wasn't working.
Yeah, but I understand. But no, I'm giving it to Chad Gable. I think he finally gets his moment.
Right.
And it's going to be a great match, no doubt. And like I said, if Penta loses, it's not going to hurt him. It's not going to hurt him.
Right.
He's a made man.
Exactly.
He might get a rematch, but don't be surprised if Penta's like gets inserted into like the world title picture.
Sure. I
And
can definitely see that.
like I said, he's a dark horse to possibly win Money in the Bank too.
Yeah. All right. So interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match: Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green versus Tiffany Stratton versus TBD.
Which we will find out on SmackDown. It's either Lash Legend or Julia. That's the final match.
They're gonna go with Lash probably.
But no, here's my prediction. It's gonna be neither.
Oh, you think so?
AJ Lee is gonna be the fifth woman.
Oh, AJ Lee. I could see that.
That's my bold prediction. AJ Lee will be the fifth woman.
I mean, she never said that she was retired.
Nope.
She was just leaving for a little bit.
Yep. And plus, like I said, I'm not saying I believe everything the internet says, but there's been a lot of reports, and I feel like they've been more credible than some past ones. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of reports and rumors that AJ Lee is going to be in the interim women's championship match. Plus, AJ Lee versus Rhea Ripley. I feel like I wouldn't call it a dream match, but I feel like that's a big money match.
Sure, it is. Yeah, definitely. And so that's something, a fantasy match that, a lot of fans have wanted to see or thought about over the years. Two
And-
big names like that. Yeah,
And
definitely see that.
and now with CM Punk on SmackDown,
Yeah.
it's only fair that AJ Lee's gonna be on SmackDown because they love keeping couples together.
Right.
Like Seth and Becky are both on Raw, Lash and Trick are both on SmackDown.
Right.
So, and plus, I think AJ Lee would be a big boost for the SmackDown Women's division.
Absolutely.
So that's my bold prediction. My bold prediction is AJ Lee is the fifth woman and she wins the interim women's championship.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but let's just say I'm wrong and she isn't in this match, then my pick
Yeah.
is God, I've screw it. I'm doing another bold take here. Chelsea Green.
Look this is exactly what I was going to say here.
Chelsea Green.
My heart wants Chelsea ever so badly. Damn you, Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. My heart wants Chelsea Green, but my brain says Charlotte Flair. I mean,
My brain is telling me it's Charlotte or Jade.
yeah.
But also, I don't think they're gonna run back Jade and Rhea again.
Who knows? Who knows with this company?
And with Charlotte and Rhea, I could see because they're technically 1-1.
Right. All right. And so, World Heavyweight Championship match: Roman Reigns.
Is this even a question? You already know who I'm going for.
Roman Reigns versus
This isn't even a question. You already know who I'm
the
going for.
visionary. Sorry, he is a visionary. He is a
Revolutionary.
He is a
Seth freaking Rollins. And you're going to be singing his song.
oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right, this is where we meet you. Anyway. Okay, Mark.
Seth Rollins.
Okay, this is where this is where I fantasy book here, and we add more bloodline members to this match. The biggest bloodline member at the end of the day helps Roman. It's my final boss.
Oh my God.
My final boss, baby.
When are you going to accept the fact that he's never going to show up again?
You're saying that right here, right now. He's never gonna show up again.
The only way I can see it happen is if the Saudis pay him, but I think even
They would pay him.
The Rock himself says he doesn't want his last match outside of the U.S. He said that. He himself says he does not want his last
when did he
match
say
outside
that?
the US.
Show me where he said that.
Literally in an interview, he says he would prefer his last match not be outside the U.S.
I think The Rock he knows where the money is, and I think they would, if they had their hands and their chances to get The Rock to sign off for a match at WrestleMania next year, they would build it as soon as possible.
I mean, it would make sense because he also has the history with Seth because of WrestleMania 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I think The Rock is more likely to return now than he was like a year ago, just because literally his movies have been flopping.
They're not flopping. Moana wasn't a flop.
Yes, it was, dude. They said Moana is probably going to lose money.
What can I say except you're welcome The sun, the skies, the tide.
Okay, so you're obviously you're going with your tribal bum, your
Yes.
tribal queef.
Marking on paper, Roman Reigns is retaining the title.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
breaking. He's also breaking the,
here
I guess the streak or curse, whatever you want to call it, of Seth Rollins beating him on pay-per-view.
because he's never beaten Seth on pay-per-view. He's beaten him in matches. He's beaten him on like Raw and SmackDown, but he hasn't beaten him on a pay-per-view.
I don't know, man.
And
This is
an interesting fact: there's only one person Roman did not beat in his tribal chief era,
oh, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, because he technically lost. I'll beat DQ. It was like, oh, he lost to Cody. Yeah, but that he was already like that was like the end of his run. I mean, like when he was in the middle of like the peak tribal chief run, the only one man he couldn't beat was Seth freaking Rollins.
I think at the end of the day, Roman Reigns, he breaks that curse, whatever you want to call it, and he retains the title.
And don't be surprised if Seth comes out to the Shield music. Don't be surprised if Seth comes out with the Shield vest.
Do you think they're going to do that again?
I mean, Seth does love being in the mind of his. Look what he did with Cody. He came out in Dusty's polka dots.
Oh my gosh, yeah, true.
He did, and then against Dom, he came out in Rey Mysterio themed gear.
True.
So, I mean, do I think they'll do it? I'm not saying he's gonna like wrestle in the Shield vest, but I said don't be surprised if like there's a Shield reference or something with the Shield that happens with Seth, whether it's in
Who
his
knows?
or his gear.
Who knows? Who knows, buddy? But ultimately, I
I
think
mean, I'm not delusional because there are some people that are saying, "Oh, John Moxley's returning." First of all, no, he's
that's
not.
not happening.
He's
I would
still
love for that to happen,
he's
but
literally still contracted for like I think like 2 more
and
years.
he's like so against going back to WWE. He would never. I can't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but there were rumors that saying, "Oh, Dean Ambrose is going to get involved." It's like first of all, my student I read, I was like, "That's not even close to being true," because he's still contracted to AEW for at least like 2 more years, I think.
Right.
Plus, he's literally a champion in AEW right now.
Exactly. Yeah, and so Roman retains.
So you're saying your bold prediction is The Rock comes back?
Hey, look, it's not. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I would love for that to happen. That's what I'm saying. I would kiss you on the lips if that happens.
Oh God! Speaking of kiss, Cody Rhodes to CM Punk kiss Danhausen at a house show.
Yes, hilarious.
That's great.
They probably paid him a lot of money housings for that. Anyways, monies. All right, so I floated an idea by you for us to, because Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is the main event of SummerSlam Night 2 this year. I want to take a stroll back into memory lane. 10 years ago at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns defended his World Heavyweight title against Seth Rollins, who was returning off of injury. Yeah. So do you want to pull that match up, Ryan? We could do a little rewatch.
Yeah, it feels like we've been mentioning 10 years a lot in this episode.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
10 years ago with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now 10 years ago with the Roman and Seth match we're gonna watch.
Yep. So do you have that match queued up?
Yeah.
All right, let me know.
I'll pull it up on my phone.
All right, it's okay. It's okay. For you, the audience members, we're gonna count down from 5, and so you can pull it up on YouTube. This match is on the WWE Vault.
Oh, this one's not even on the Vault. This one's on WWE.
Oh no, it's not.
YouTube channel.
Yeah,
this one's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, WWE's YouTube channel. I shouldn't say the Vault. Yeah,
it's because most of the matches now are on the Vault, like
right.
But on occasion, the WWE YouTube channel does drop, matches. And so I literally looked it up, and the first thing that popped up was on the WWE YouTube channel.
Right.
So
yeah, cue up Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank 2016. Do you have it ready, Ryan?
I do. I don't know. Do you want my audio to be on, or
I'll keep my audio on.
Okay, so just mute it on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I'll still be on my. That's why I'm doing it on my phone.
And then if we have ads, just tell me to pause or whatever.
Yeah, because that's why I don't want to do it on my laptop, because then I would have to mute it on my end, and that be muted on here.
Right.
So
It's okay.
But yes, I have it queued up on my phone.
All right. We're going to count down from 5. And so you, the audience members, can watch it with us on WWE's YouTube channel.
Yes,
Roman
their
Reigns,
official
Seth
YouTube.
Rollins, Money in the Bank 2016. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And
Yeah.
we're underway.
All right.
Bell just rung.
Well, just wrong. Yep.
Oh, good. It doesn't show the entrances. I
feel
always
it.
get worried
Yeah,
when
you
they
can
play
feel
full
we're
match.
about
I
to
feel like
see
that
something
includes
special.
entrances.
Right.
So
We'll stare down here. Look how young these guys look.
yeah, and this was crazy because Rollins was still technically a heel, but he was getting babyface reactions.
Right.
And it's so weird seeing Big Dog Roman Reigns now. It's so weird.
Yeah. This is
Now about time to start
I would say
things off.
peak Big Dog Roman Reigns right here.
I would say this is probably a time where Roman wasn't as heavily booed.
Right.
Because there was a time where he wasn't like
Knock anybody
booed out of the building,
Feel your power.
but most of his Big Dog run, he
Right
was
there.
booed out of the building. I think this is one of like the brief periods where he wasn't.
Right.
That he-
Seth is obviously in the physical peak of his career right here. Look at a year later, Roman Reigns would beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and that's when he really got booed. Like the boos were just pouring
In
on.
my opinion, that's when the Tribal Chief run should have started.
Yeah, should have, definitely.
That is when it should have started.
Roman Reigns in the corner with Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Especially because at that time, Roman got go away.
And on the inside, Michael.
Literally go away.
Reigns is as battle
Yeah, he did.
right now as he has ever
So,
been.
But yeah, and there we go. This is how most of these matches go. You know, it's the feeling out process. They do the collar and elbow tie up into the corner, and then they like brush it off.
It's not the same
So,
damage.
I know at the beginning of this kid, I did watch this match live.
The
The
Warriors.
beginning of
Kane
this match
wrestling
did
here.
start off slow.
Right.
As you said,
Now, if you remember, Ryan, this was the last pay-per-view before WWE brought back the brand split in 2016.
Yep.
So,
And this was also the night all 3 members of the Shield held the WWE
Reigns hand
Championship.
back in the shake
Right.
says that he knows what Roman's going to do. The architect does it.
It's funny how they call it World Heavyweight Title, even though this is technically for the WWE World Title.
He hasn't done job.
So,
That's
Right.
Seth Rollins. Absolutely. Look
well, so because of the brand split, it was basically called the WWE Championship just a month later, and then you had the Universal Championship, which Finn Balor won at SummerSlam.
against Seth Rollins, yeah.
Yep.
The SummerSlam literally happened
his
what?
territory as he delivered.
Yeah, like a month later, I think.
After? I think it was like 2 months after, right?
No, this is like a month later. I think this is in July of 2016.
Well, because you had Backlash.
Oh no,
My yard right
you're right.
now.
June
Because
13th.
that's when Dean Ambrose won the title, and that's when the WWE Championship became a part of SmackDown, and the
Hey,
Universal Championship was Raw.
What is the day of this date here?
It is July.
Check this out.
Oh, we got
I'll
a
show you how
we
I
got
I
an
have it
ad
ad.
here.
It is July.
$118 for car insurance. That's how much.
I thought it said the date as well.
Well, it was uploaded on June 13th, 2017, but that's not the date of this.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins flying out of the ring.
I'm gonna look. I still have it playing. I'm gonna look up the date of Money in the Bank.
Seth Rollins in this matchup and pulled it off successfully. And
Seth Rollins just so spry. He has a lot of spring to him right here. So quick. This is before the injuries really piled up, which is what they talked about on Raw, actually. Seth Rollins, him just being injury prone.
So Money in the Bank 2016 took place on June 19th.
June 19th. Okay. All right, so like a month and a half.
And it took place in Las Vegas, actually.
Gotcha.
Big game coming in, but I think they both realized this was not going to be a cakewalk.
And it's funny because 6 years later, I would go to Money in the Bank in Las
And they
Vegas.
both, in a way, look.
What's that?
I said it's funny because 6 years later, I would go to Money in the Bank in Las Vegas in 2022.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I saw my first ever Money in the Bank matches, and I saw my first and so far only Money in the Bank cash in.
Sure.
And I saw Liv Morgan cash in against Ronda Rousey. And so to this day, that is the only live Money in the Bank cash in I have witnessed.
Arm in the face and a kick out.
I asked Seth Rollins about
So Roman Reigns almost getting the pinfall on Seth.
on the Shield, and he simply said, "I want
Referee Mike Chioda
I wanted to
refereeing
be
this
the-
match, this world title match.
Yeah, that's right. I remember Mike Chioda was like the referee for like the main event matches.
Yeah, he was
It was
senior.
him and Charles Robinson.
Yeah, he was senior referee back then. He took over for Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner was a longtime senior referee before he got let go.
Good old Earl Hebner. I remember when he had a match.
Yeah.
Good old Earl Hebner. They don't make referees like they used to.
No, they don't.
Now they all take bumps and lie there. Where now back then referees would actually be back.
Dude, Triple H used to terrorize Earl Hebner and bully him around.
I remember Mike Chioda pushed back a couple times.
Yeah.
He like got in their face and like pushed them back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this match was 30 minutes.
Oh, Roman calling Seth little brother. I guess things don't change. Roman has always thought of Seth Rollins as little brother.
That's all right. Roman will forever be the third best member of the Shield.
Oh my god. Roman, oh look at that. Bobbering away at Seth Rollins. Oh, I got another ad here. Damn it, these ads.
I don't have an ad. Let me
We
pause.
beat Chamoy.
Now I just got an ad. Well, at least we're getting them at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, no, I remember watching this match live because I'm pretty sure this was WWE Network, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, I missed the WWE Network days.
Dude, we did not know how good we had it with.
I
with
know,
WWE
right?
Network.
You never realize how good you have it until you don't.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look at the network for what it was, $9.99, and you got all the pay-per-views, all Raw, SmackDowns, original content. It was great. It was great. It's so accessible. Now you don't even know where to go. Is everything on ESPN? Is it on Netflix? Is it on Peacock? Is it on the Vault?
See, I even didn't think Peacock was that bad because Peacock was $9.99 too when they
But
first.
just saying in terms of the accessibility for the content.
Yeah.
Knew this would happen eventually. You knew that Seth Rollins.
So it's interesting to see here Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins that 10 years ago, this was the main event for Money in the Bank. And now, 10 years later, these guys are still in the main event picture. Obviously, they're older characters now, older wrestlers, but they're not the young guard anymore like they were here.
Champion.
Yeah, no, it's like you said. This was like Seth was still like this was Seth's in ring prime here.
Right. Oh, slap. Big slap by Seth.
Yeah, because this was when Seth started the whole redesign, rebuild, reclaim
Yeah.
motto.
Before burn it down.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like I said, Seth was like technically the heel here,
Right.
but he would become a babyface shortly. Well, I mean, he was a heel for SummerSlam.
Section. And a power range drives Rollins back into the corner.
Rollins giving it to Roman.
Big right hand.
Sends
Sending
him back.
Seth out of the ring.
Oh, yep, out of there. I think I'm a couple seconds behind, but that's okay.
Okay, I can put. There we go.
I think Seth
Roman going out of the ring now.
Yep, Roman's leaving the ring.
It wasn't if the old Roman Reigns wasn't great. Look, he took Brock Lesnar to the limit.
Throwing.
You're the one with the audio, so it's
Yes.
okay. I'm a little behind.
Got a chip on his shoulder now.
Oh, throwing Seth Rollins across the table here. So this is a non-disqualification. No, sorry, no, it's not. It's not non-disqualification. What am I talking about?
It's a regular match.
The regular match. That's what I was trying to say.
Regular match, but also Mike Chioda, he's like one of the ones, and even commentators said sometimes they're like, referee realizes this is a championship match, so he might have some leniency.
Right. What I was trying to say is it's a regular match, and so Roman having to roll into the ring to reset the count.
Yeah. And this is also like proof too that you can have great championship matches without a stipulation.
Look at JBL,
Seth wisely.
Michael Cole,
John Bully Layfield.
John Bully.
Because you look at what Roman Reigns has learned. That is exactly what Triple H did to Roman Reigns when he broke his nose. Yeah, it's pretty apparent that Reigns is willing to do whatever it takes.
Is this
Eliminate Seth.
Before Seth Rollins broke John Cena's nose?
Oh, this is after. That was 2015.
Oh, this is after. Okay.
Yes, this was 2000. That was 2015.
Gotcha. What a gnarly match that was for Cena.
And like I said, very, very few things grossed me out. I actually looked away from my TV for a little bit.
Did you really?
Yes, I actually did turn away from my TV after that happened.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, that it takes a lot to get me to be like, ugh.
Right.
That's one of them. So I will admit that I had to turn away from my TV for a little bit.
I can imagine. It was not pleasant to look at all.
Yeah. I have another ad.
Me too.
But yeah, no, that was right. So I will admit that was one of the very, very rare times where I actually had to look away.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's when I saw him at the side of the ring, like down like this, and when I saw the blood coming out, I was just like, nope, and I looked away. But also, you got to give props to Cena. He finished that. He wrestled like another 10 minutes with that.
Yeah, he did.
With the broken nose. So you got to give him props for that.
That was gnarly.
Okay.
Could you have wrestled like that, Ryan?
Honestly, I think I could, but I feel like it'd be more so because of the adrenaline.
Right.
Driven shoulder first into the steel.
All right, Reigns being driven shoulder first into the steps.
Oh, I have Seth going to the top rope right now.
Impact.
And he's just.
This is what Seth Rollins has to do.
Okay.
Seth realizes he's got to pin the champ.
Oh, wait, Razor's Edge?
Oh, my goodness, John.
Are you at that moment?
Yeah. He just did the Razor's Edge into a power bomb.
Well.
Seth just kicked out.
Yep, Seth just kicked me out. Roman looking at the skies here, asking what he has to do.
Seth kicked out of this. Got the power bomb. And Rollins at 2. No, but you don't sense that Roman is losing his cool. You sense that the wheels are turning. What do I have to do next?
Roman Reigns looking at Seth Rollins here, asking what he has to do next. He's going to set up for Superman's punch.
Cocking up the fist.
Caught.
Back
into the corner.
Line and wait.
Roman Reigns looking like he's seeing Tweety Birds.
Roman's is the one getting to his feet, not Seth. Remember, the champ's stunned. Seth can't even make it to his feet.
Oh.
Sorry,
Lands on his feet like a cat.
Yeah, sorry, I had to mute there for a second.
Sorry.
Oh, Roman
drop kicked him out of the ring again.
Oh yeah, I remember the Seth move. What was it with the ropes that he like pulls and then he lands on his feet?
Right.
Right, because he has like cross leg and then he like pulled like this.
Right.
There.
Oh.
Somersault.
So yeah, somersault outside. Look how tough that is. Over the top rope too.
Yeah,
like he cleared the top rope too.
I don't know if Seth Rollins can do that today.
Well, most of the stuff he does now is do the middle rope.
Yeah.
Strength Roman Reigns. He's certainly
I don't know if he's still doing CrossFit. Back then, this was CrossFit Jesus.
They called him CrossFit Jesus.
The champ back in the ring. Count out does not help anybody. Seth back into the ring, except the champion. Seth back into the ring.
The sling blade.
The sling blade. Isn't enough here. Seth
kick
out.
Shoulder down. Kick out by the champion.
And I have another ad.
Me too.
About 10 minutes. Make it 8.
Oh, it's really fun.
Mine's a WWE 2K26 ad.
Mine is something completely different. What do you think of this match so far?
Yeah, no, I do remember when I watched this live, it was a good match. I felt at the time it was one of Roman's like better matches, like in ring, because I always think that him and Seth have great chemistry.
Oh, they do, 100%.
And so I think this for me was like one of Roman's better matches,
right?
When he was like the big dog,
right? Exactly. Yeah, no, definitely at the peak of their younger careers here. I wouldn't say necessarily the peak of their careers, but the peak of what they were back then.
Yeah, like we both agree, this was probably Seth's in-ring prime.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say this is necessarily Roman's in-ring prime. I think
his in-ring prime came. I mean, you could argue it's now.
Yeah.
Seth
Yeah.
waiting for Reigns to
Because he
Maybe
just
like
had
the
that
beginning
match.
of the Tribal Chief era.
Yeah,
Reigns tucked in on
Oh.
the super
Going for a pedigree here.
pedigree. Oh, it lands on his feet. Like, see, like I don't think Seth could do
Yeah.
that now. I
You've
don't
got
think
way
Seth
too many
could do
new
that now.
knee injuries, but Superman punch. 1, 2, kick out.
Yeah. So that I remember when Seth used to just roll onto his feet. I don't think he could do that now. Because
Right.
he tried it against Braun Breaker and it didn't work.
Right.
But yeah, no, yeah.
third and finally
And
successful.
keep in mind, this is after Seth's first knee injury too.
This is the
Right.
part of this whole sequence, the kick out.
In fact, this is actually Seth's first match after that initial knee injury.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
Because he didn't wrestle on Raw or anything in between that.
No, you're right.
Believes he has
In fact, he returned at Extreme Rules, which was the pay-per-view before Money in the Bank.
position to put Seth away.
Because it was WrestleMania Extreme Rules and then Money in the Bank, and Seth returned at Extreme Rules.
Spear
Yeah.
in the face. Again, Seth lying in wait. Seth on the apron, he caught one.
Actually, without thinking about it, even though I was saying they're at their physical prime here, Seth Rollins already suffered a major knee injury.
Just the champion.
So this
Yeah.
is why, because he was coming back from that.
Yeah, because remember, Seth never lost the WWE Championship. He had to relinquish it because of
Frog
the
splash.
injury that he had at the house show because he was going for a buckle bomb on Kane, and his knee literally
Seth got extremely
goes
unlucky.
the opposite way.
All for Roman. Watch this.
Frog splash by Seth, which I've never seen him do afterwards.
No, he's done it.
Has he?
Yeah, he's done it. Not like back then he used to do it in every match. Now he like barely does it, but he's done it. I've seen
A
him hit
very
it.
short
Okay.
window of opportunity that Seth Rollins had there to beat Roman Reigns.
But again, that also could be just because like not to
Had the wind knocked
Not
out
to
off that frog
take
splash in the top
hit at
rope.
your memory, but I'm one of those people. I remember like the little things like that.
Right.
That's literally how my mind works. I will remember like the most random and smallest details. It's weird.
Oh, I know, but all right, Seth going back up to the top here.
And Roman, what a
snap.
the uppercut right hand.
Right. Oh, Roman got it out here.
Oh, what's Roman doing up top?
No, we rarely see Roman go up to the top.
He's thinking about Seth Rollins wants no part of it.
That's what I mean.
Great job,
Roman has to
Reigns
bring
here.
out new moves against a guy like Seth.
Oh my gosh, what are they doing here?
Here,
Well, Roman almost slipped.
Chase, it's the move that Seth.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
this
Sunset
was
flip.
the scary spot because it was that exact spot where Seth
Oh yeah,
broke his knee. That
Right.
exact same spot. Getting him up for the buckle bomb. That was the exact same spot.
and the buckle bomb injured Finn Balor in the barricade.
Sting,
I mean, yeah, and it injured Sting as well.
or it basically retired Sting as
Wait, you don't
Yeah.
rate any
for a couple years, basically.
Right, got an ad right here.
I just skipped my ad.
No, okay. Let me see.
I could pause for a second.
No, it's okay.
It's a good omen
You're right.
for Seth. He had a little hesitation. You could feel the trepidation from that.
Yeah, so when Seth did that spot, in the back of his mind, he's probably like,
That's all you need.
I
to
really,
that
I
middle
really hope
barrier.
my knee stays intact.
But again, the resilience of the champ Reigns.
Yeah, I like the gear Seth has here, the gray and black.
The gray and black, yeah, looks pretty good. What do you think he'll be wearing at SummerSlam this year?
Rollins trying to figure out what he does next to the
Not
champion
sure.
to put him down and out.
You think he comes out in Shield gear?
That's what I think. Sorry, my YouTube is all.
Is it buffering?
I know I clicked something and now it's like now it won't let me get out.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I'm back out real quick. I'm gonna hop back into it real quick.
Everything he can do.
Okay, just let me know when you're back in, and then I'll pause it. All right.
I have ad play. Of course I have an ad.
Oh my gosh, with the ads. With the ads. With the odds.
I mean, it wouldn't be wrestling without ads.
Exactly.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
back now. I'm back now.
All right, I'll pause it here. I'm at 1754. But you're probably going to get a new set of ads.
You're at 1754?
Yeah.
I'm skipping ahead to that.
Yep. So Seth is putting Roman on the turnbuckle here.
I'm at 17. Okay, now I'm at 1754.
Putting his legs over here.
Seth now climbing up top. Seth going up top. Roman with a block. The champion just keeps coming back, getting in your face.
Going him off the rope there.
Bad intentions for Roman Reigns, and Roman knew it. Seth going back to it. Seth's going to go till he gets it. And Seth not going to be turned away.
Oh, pushing him back off again.
That's just the strength of Roman. We don't see Roman Reigns on the top rope very often.
No. Running up. Superplex? A superplex.
Superplex Falcon Arrow combo.
Oh. Whoa. What a sequence there. Wow. You don't see Seth doing that either.
No, he does. He pulls it out. Like I said, he doesn't do it as frequently as he used to, but he pulls it out.
Yeah.
It's honestly it's a big part of his moveset.
Is it? Yeah.
But also Seth had to adjust his moveset after the knee injury.
Injuries too, yeah. But it just looks so flawless.
Yeah.
What do you do now if you're Seth? You pulled everything out. I think you keep hitting him. Look, it's working. You're getting closer and closer. First the match, you couldn't get a cover. You got a 2 3/4 right there. Stay with your plan and don't get frustrated. I went for the pedigree.
Oh, Seth.
He's able to block it.
It's so funny how he's hammering on Roman's
That pedigree. You're trying to help for the pedigree.
or vest there, but he's like, Roman has protection.
Yeah.
Kick to the midsection again. Seth Rollins misses wildly. Reigns is going to roll him up shoulders.
Oh, power! Look at the power of Roman.
The power bomb.
Well, I got an ad here.
Me too.
What? You ain't gonna walk away? Time to bring the juice.
Is that Cody?
I'm skipping my ad, so I'm back on the match.
Okay.
Are you still on the ad?
Yeah, pause it.
Look at 250.
I'm at 2007.
Is this what America is to
All
you?
right, here we go. Skipping it now.
I'm at 20 minutes, 7 seconds.
All right.
Man, that time flew by.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm at 2007, so let me know when you're there.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hit play.
Yeah.
All right. Back. I'm playing it again. They're showing the replay.
Yep. Yeah, they're both guys are recovering right now.
Off backward is one of the first we've ever seen with strong.
Guys are getting back up to their feet here. Roman looks a little pissed.
Able to utilize that move.
Roman's saying something like motherfucker or whatever it is. They're both looking at each other intensely
here
in the eyes.
They're about to kiss.
Despise one another.
This is back in the era where Roman was wearing contact lenses.
Oh, I didn't know he was wearing contact lenses.
Well, remember like the colored eye and all that?
It's about.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's not. But he definitely had a time period where he was wearing contact lenses.
Fist fight.
Well, I know Seth did it for a couple of WrestleMania entrances. He did it this year.
Yeah, but no, like it was like a Vince McMahon thing for Roman to do that.
Probably to help with the facial expressions.
Probably.
Back to the next section now. Seth Rollins.
Oh, going into another.
We're looking for here.
The buckle bomb and a Superman punch.
Wow.
Roman used the momentum to his advantage. And Roman Reigns
Cover. 1.
Retain the
Kick out.
WWE World Heavyweight title, and Rollins kicked out at 2. Rollins could barely even just crawl over to drape himself.
Kick out.
Rollins for that cover. Watch
This has been a pretty good match so far. Both guys really intense, building up the action.
We're getting to the climax here.
There we are. To the nitty gritty.
These two have used virtually every move.
Byron Saxton on commentary with JBL and Michael Cole.
Says won't
Back when they had a 3-man commentary team. At least now they're back to the 2-man
take off
commentary.
any
Right.
doubt of his championship reign by beating Seth Rollins. Something will have to
I
get.
mean, I never really had an issue with 3-man commentary. It just felt unnecessary.
Yeah.
Fall to the finish.
And I have an ad.
When you have the smartest
Same
Wi-Fi
here.
from Xfinity, you can seamlessly stream double.
All right.
Still have an ad.
Yep. So yeah, we're getting to the climax here of this match.
And I'm back on the match now.
All right. Oh no, I'm not. Pause it.
I'm at 22-36.
Okay.
Seth's crawling on the outside.
One sec. Here we go. All right, here we go. You can unpause it.
Title. Rollins going.
Rollins is getting back up, struggling to his feet. Oh,
Roman doing something here.
outside.
What's Seth doing? He's got him in his sights.
What's he thinking here?
No clue what he's looking for.
Roman running.
Oh,
Barricade. Oh, through the barricade.
Step up. Rollins. That would have been disaster for Rollins, but it may be disaster for the champion. Seth goes out of the
Through the barricade, Roman Reigns went flying.
and 65-pound man, full force, crashing into that barricade. Well, the official, I think that. Wait a minute, guys. I think Roman would have been better off. That the whole barricade would have.
oh, here comes the doctor.
The doctors and the refs here.
Doctor to come out here and check on Roman Reigns, who really blasted that barricade. The champion trying to get back to his.
There's John Cone.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about John Cone.
He hit hard. Real hard.
We
Yeah, he
all know
went flying
Roman's
through that.
okay. We all know he's fine.
Yeah,
He's just selling.
he is definitely just selling. He did go hard through that barricade, though.
It's a
Yeah.
huge opportunity. We're going to get the champion back to the ring, but the doctors are attending to him. Roman's out on his feet. While the referee's making a decision here, you're right. Seth Rollins is losing him.
That's going after him. He doesn't care.
Seth Rollins going to get the champ back into the ring.
Here we go.
Seth Rollins going to.
Going for pedigree.
The official asked him to doctor him. Seth Rollins going for a
Oh, the ref ball.
Ref. Oh, yeah. Stupid referee Mike Chioda just in the corner like that.
Oh, here we go. This is how they got the idea for having ref bumps in every Roman match as Tribal Chief.
Right.
He got him, Reigns got him down.
Oh, kick out by Seth.
At least Mike Chioda didn't wait a lifetime. At least he actually counted the pin.
Right.
Because the refs now, they just lay there.
Mike Chioda, senior official, checking with the doctor to make sure Roman was all right. Never saw it coming. And the spear by Reigns. And by the time the referee came to make the count, Seth Rollins had recovered just enough.
Roman setting up for a spear here.
And I have another ad.
Ah, come on. How many ads is this like?
The new loyalty program. Give her an access to
Okay, I just skipped the ad. I'm good now.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 sec. It's
Club
not letting me skip.
members.
I'm at 25-10.
You get 5 free bonus wins.
Hold on. 1 sec. 1 sec. It's not letting me skip for some reason. Damn it. Damn
I
it.
know, some they let you
All right,
skip,
we're
some they don't.
So
All right. We can start playing it now.
Splash.
Pedigree!
Oh, pedigree into
I love
a
that
spear
spot.
into a pedigree. Wow.
I was going to say, I don't remember the last time or even if Seth has ever won with the pedigree.
Right. That was a great spot, though.
Watch this counter by Rollins. Mid-air. Goes into pedigree. He's trying to get the pedigree.
I wouldn't. You know what? I'm gonna make a prediction. We see that same spot at SummerSlam.
Yep. Seth getting him up.
With a champion in trouble. Reigns is out of it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Seth couldn't use the stomp here during this time.
Right.
That's right. It was banned.
Was banned.
So Seth wins. That's right. That's right. Seth couldn't use the stomp during this time period.
Right. So
He
Seth
did
Rollins,
officially make the pedigree his finisher.
Seth Rollins, new world champion here.
Oh yeah, and this Seth still had a little bit of blonde in his hair too.
Yeah.
He said he was going to reclaim.
I remember Vince told him he had to get rid of it.
Seth Rollins.
Right.
Here it is, Seth's new champ.
You missed that theme song?
Seth has been fulfilled. Seth Rollins has held that title twice, but has never lost it.
But it's not over yet.
He reclaims the championship he was forced to vacate back in November. He's telling us that he's 100%. It's
Dean Ambrose, now known as John Moxley. Ambrose had won the Money in the Bank earlier that night.
Oh yeah, this was also that time period where everybody cashed in on the same night too.
he's coming to cash. It's not an opportune time. Seth Rollins is fast. Please don't.
Oh, that's right. JBL did not like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Also, probably one of the quickest times a ref does the
Yeah.
the
Do you remember the time Mike Kyoto? Who was I forgot who's
Carmella.
He's
He's
taking
like,
like 5 minutes
sure?
to like.
He's like, right now?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to cash in right now?
Yeah.
You want me to cash this in right now? Are you sure?
So Dean is cashing in here. Dirty Deeds.
Oh yeah, this is where they made him change Dirty Deeds. Remember, he used to do it differently.
Yeah.
The night all three Shield members held the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
And the only night all three held the championship.
Wow. Yeah.
Because it was the next pay-per-view, Backlash, where we got the Shield triple threat.
Right. All right. There you go. That was the.
And then that's when the brand split began.
Yep. Exactly. So that was a rewatch of Seth Rollins taking on Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank 2016. Great match.
Yep, great match, and you're going to have the same result minus Dean Ambrose. You're going to have the same result because Seth freaking Rollins is going to
All right, Mark.
He's going to put belt to ass.
All right, Mark. All right, so before we leave the podcast today, guys, we're going to be doing live stream reviews of each night SummerSlam. Make sure you turn into TikTok. Make sure you tune into all those podcasts that we're going to be doing night 1 and night 2 of SummerSlam coming up.
Go ahead and look what I just sent you on Instagram.
What'd you send me? I have my phone on Do Not Disturb.
We going?
Yeah, we could go to SmackDown at the Toyota Arena in Ontario. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into today's Wrestling with Ryan and Mike. Again, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, social medias at Instagram, at least most sports on Instagram, X, TikTok, and all of the social medias there.
And you can always leave us an email for anything you want to discuss at laceemuptakes@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we hope you guys enjoyed the recap and hope you guys enjoyed this little rewatch.
Yep, absolutely.
And we're looking forward to SummerSlam. Tune in because after SummerSlam, night 1 and night 2, we will be going live and sharing our immediate reactions to SummerSlam night 1 and 2.
All right. So until next time, we'll see you guys.
Which is this weekend.
See ya.